That dream business class flight, that luxury vacation at an upscale hotel. We have seen all those pictures all over social media and different travel blogs, and you always dream and wish that you could also do a vacation just like that. However, it seems really far. But you're at the right place because I am going to tell you exactly how you can make that dream vacation a reality. So, without further ado, let's look at 5 simple steps that you need to get started if you want to plan a luxury vacation. Hello, and welcome to the Travel Dialogue podcast. Our goal is to make you a smarter traveler. Many people ask me, how difficult is it to plan a luxury vacation? A vacation in the Maldives? A business class flight? A flight in first class? Sipping your favorite glass of champagne? Why do people find it so difficult? The reason really comes down to 5 simple steps, and I am going to explain to you how you can get started towards your next luxury vacation and turn that dream vacation into a reality. Step number 1, define your goal. A lot of people get really dazed and confused when it comes to luxury travel is because they don't have a clearly stated goal. What is your goal? You tell me. Is it a vacation in the Maldives at an upscale resort? Is it booking your favorite ski resort? Or does that mean something as exotic as an 18th century palace in the middle of a lake like we did? You know why I'm giving these examples? Because that clearly shows a particular specific goal. You cannot just say, I want to fly business class, I want to fly first class, I want to stay at a luxury hotel. You really need to narrow down, take a pen and paper and write down where and how. Look at the details, and that is the very first step towards getting started. Figure out which airline you want to fly, which aircraft type it is, and what cabin it is, because that is going to determine your strategy going forward. Figure out which hotel you want to stay at. Is it the Ritz-Carlton in Langkawi? Is it the Park Hyatt in Paris? Or Conrad Dubai? Or the Waldorf Astoria Maldives? This is going to determine your next step. And once you have a clear understanding of the specifics, that's when you move on to step number 2. Step number 2. Now, this is what I call as sourcing or specifying the currency. So let's give you a hypothetical example over here. You have decided that you want to stay at the Ritz-Carlton in Dubai. That's your stated goal. And you also want to fly Emirates business class to get from Mumbai to Dubai. That is just a hypothetical example. Step number 2, you decide how to collect those currencies. And that is going to determine how you are going to be able to make that dream trip come true. You have to decide where those points are coming from. You can refer to previous episodes. We talk about different types of credit card points as well as airline miles and points. And then in this case, what we would need to really do is have a look at Emirates and see where can I book Emirates flights using points. Should I be using Emirates' own miles or be using miles from one of their partners? How and where do I get those miles from? In case of hotels, what is my current status with Marriott Bonvoy, and how do I add more points to my kitty to make sure that when I have my specific stay booked, I have everything lined up? So in this case, just to give you an example, let's say 2 of you are flying from Mumbai to Dubai and back. You will need to see how many points or miles you would first need to go from Mumbai to Dubai in Emirates business class. Secondly, we need to also see how many points it would cost for your preferred dates to stay at the Ritz-Carlton. Step number 3, now that you have already figured out almost 50% of the plan, it's now time to get the right credit card. I have spoken about this in previous episodes about how getting the right credit card can simply fast-track you to luxury travel. However, you need to plan very meticulously. So let's say you're planning a trip after 12 months or 8 months, you need to get that credit card right now. Now that you've decided which currency you need in order to book those flights and hotel stays, you need to look at which credit cards will help you get there. Is that a bank rewards credit card where you earn points in the bank's own currency and then transfer it to the airline or the hotel? Or is it a co-branded airline credit card or a co-branded hotel credit card? You really have to make this happen and be organized. Put all the information in a spreadsheet and map out exactly what you need. The reason why I'm saying that you need to get a credit card right now is because, number 1, you have to get approved by the card issuer. Sometimes it may take longer for you to get approved depending on various factors like credit scores and application process and many other things that may not be under your direct control. Number 2, you also need to look at how much time it really takes for you to meet the minimum spend on the card once you get the card. and how much time it takes for the points to actually post to your account. Number 3, you also need to look at how much time it takes to transfer those points to your desired airline or hotel program. What happens a lot of times is that people have their points in their credit card accounts. However, people often underestimate that it can take you a long time to transfer your points from your credit card to your desired airline or hotel, and often end up missing out on their favorite aspirational redemption. So to recap, point number 3, plan out your credit card strategy well in advance based on the airline and the hotel that you're booking. Also, look at the bank issuer and their credit card partners, who they partner with, so that they can help you in converting their points currencies into your desired airline or hotel points. That will get you one step closer to your dream vacation. Number 4, and here the rubber really hits the road. You have to clearly outline your redemption options and prices. Now that you have probably been approved for that credit card and you expect that you will meet the minimum spend in the next 3 months or 6 months or whatever, and you kind of have an idea of what you're going to do, take a pen and paper and start writing down how many miles it is exactly going to cost you when you book that flight, and also look at the available inventory for both flight and hotels. Now, why is this necessary? Because often what happens is a lot of airlines and hotels have switched to dynamic pricing. So the pricing is often in a range based on factors like availability and seasonality. There are a lot of tools that you will find that will help you monitor these. I will put all of them in the description below. However, in this case, you need to be very organized. Take a pen and paper and simply write down how many miles it is going to cost you, and then simply wait until your points post your credit card, and then you have enough to make your booking. Step number 5, study individual policies for airline and hotel programs. Why is this important? What happens in many cases is you're simply waiting for your points to be transferred over, and it can often be very frustrating because the points may just take longer than you expect. And by the time you actually end up transferring the points successfully, end up seeing that the seat inventory has disappeared. And you don't want that to happen. Now, depending on the airline that you're looking to book, airlines might actually even help you hold that particular seat as you wait for your miles to transfer. Now, this is not a done deal. Each airline has its own policy, but a lot of times airlines will simply let you hold those seats until you wait to get those miles deposited to your account. And once those miles show up in your account, they will simply let you pay and finalize the ticket. In case of hotels, there's also a bonus tip. Earlier in the episode, I spoke about dynamic pricing. What it essentially means is a lot of hotel chains have now moved on to a system where the price of the redemption is based on the cash price of that particular date. Let's take the example of Conrad Dubai, and let's say Conrad Dubai is charging $200 per night. They are charging you 50,000 points for that particular room. As you get closer and closer to your stay, you actually see that the rate falls down from $200 to $180. And surprise, surprise, you also see that the points pricing has also dropped from 50,000 to 35,000. Now, this is just a hypothetical example, but I've seen this happen in the past. And why this is important is that even before you finalize your booking, you need to keep checking prices every now and then. Moreover, even after you've made the booking and there is some time left between the date of your booking and the date of actual travel, it always helps to check prices. Why? Because sometimes those prices might actually decrease and you might end up paying less if you simply pay attention. Now, let's say your booking starts from December 2nd to December 5th. So you're checking in on December 2nd and you're checking out on December 5th. As per the hotel's cancellation policy, you can cancel 24 hours before you check in. So, in essence, you can cancel before December 1st. Now, if you made your booking on October 1st and then you paid 50,000 points per night, you're very happy, you are now looking forward to your dream vacation. Now, what happens is, unfortunately for the hotel and fortunately for you, demand isn't quite what they expected for the start of December. And you see that points prices have actually dropped from 50,000 points per night to 40,000 points per night. Now, let's say this is the 15th of November and you see that, hey, that points pricing looks different. It has actually gone down from 50K to 40K per night, and it's November 15th, so I still have time. So smart travelers like you would cancel the original booking and then book the same reservations for a total of 120,000 points. So for reservation for which you had paid 150,000 points, you're now paying 120,000 points. That's a massive saving of 20% or 30,000 points by simply paying attention to the pricing as your travel date gets closer. All right, so those are the 5 simple steps that one can take right now to get started with aspirational travel. A lot of people are simply dazed and confused, and they think that the end goal is all that matters. There are a lot of sequential steps. There is a lot of research and reading that you need to do before you book that very first dream vacation. And once you do that, you take the very first step, you are all in, and the second one becomes a lot easier, and so on and so forth. So if you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We put out a brand new episode each week. Also, we do live sessions and cover breaking news stories as and when they come out. So for you to stay tuned, simply subscribe to the channel. We're also on Apple Podcast as well. Thank you for joining us for yet another episode of the Travel Dialogue Podcast. Do not forget to like, share, and comment on this video. It goes a long way in helping us with the algorithm, and you become a partner with us in growing this podcast. Also, subscribe to our channel on YouTube. We're also on Apple Podcasts, and we post one new episode every week. So once you subscribe, you can enjoy fresh content as it comes out every week.